Ready to bring your online community offline through world travel? Then you are in the right place. This is the Cruise Retreat Podcast, and my name is Rita M. Perez, and I'm a certified travel advisor who specializes in just that, retreats in unique locations, also known as cruise ships. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. And let's jump right into the heart of what this show is about today. And that is when retreats go wrong. And this just recently happened to me. I had a really great experience with a retreat that I had personally gone on in the summertime. So incredibly amazing that the retreat runner, I was defending her and like trying to get her involved in my world and different things. Like there were so many, I would have sung her praises to hell and back wherever it was because it was so transformational for me. And I thought everybody needed to go on one of these. And I still do feel like that. However, there was a slight difference fast forward a couple months on attending the recent retreat that this person had recently had. And that makes me rethink a lot of things about this individual. So without like going into like major like details of exactly what was going on, what went wrong and what can you do to avoid these things from happening for your retreat programming. And I think the number one point that I have to mention is, and like I'm a big proponent of people and investment of people. And that really is my mission with focusing on retreats on cruise ships, is that I firmly feel that you get a bigger transformative experience because you have the open waters and the open sky as your best blank palette to have new ideas to come in, to rest, rejuvenate, relax, recharge. It is just the best backdrop in my opinion. And especially you get the soothing sound of the waters, like either the waves lapping up or the breeze coming to you. It is just perfection in my opinion. And so you have that backdrop. One, that's for me, that's the perfect environment, and I stick by that. Two, the reason that you're doing this is because hopefully you are wanting to make an impact in the people's lives that you are bringing, regardless of if that is the team that you've brought on board with you or if that are the clients or community members that you have that have come with you. You are looking to make a bigger impact. Not only that, but you're looking to get to know them a little bit better as people themselves on a one-to-one, like face-to-face level. Especially in the crazy past 2 years that we've had, we just haven't had that face-to-face connection. It just hasn't been possible as everybody has been doing their part to make sure that they stay safe, their families stay safe, and their community stay safe. So as we start getting out into the world again, it is crucially important that these relationships are being made and you're being available to the people, especially if you've made certain promises in your retreat programming. So if your main reason for doing this retreat program is not to change lives in a positive way for your people, you don't have a retreat. Do not have a retreat, because those ulterior motives that you have, regardless of what they are definitely at some point going to shine through and come through, and people are going to be picking up on it. Human beings, we're not dumb. We're not dumb. We know if you're really there for us or if you're really there for something else. And the people are at the core of everything. So you need to be available. Whatever you have promised, you better make sure that you deliver on that. And not even deliver on what you promised. You need to over deliver on what you've promised. And this is kind of why I've set out the 5 C's of cruise retreat planning which I had a couple episodes a little bit outlining that late winter of last year. So like November, December, if you want to go back on some episodes to listen in a little bit more. And those are Cruise, Calculate, Calendar, Curriculum, and Captivate. And my favorite of those is Captivate because I love brainstorming ideas of how to just give more of yourself, really make this experience captivating for the people that you're bringing on board. Because again, it all goes down to them and their transformations. And if they don't get the transformation and all the deliverables that you have promised because you are focused on other things, no, it is going to, like a recent Instagram post, an awesome retreat can move mountains while a bad retreat will topple them. And so all that momentum and the trust and the faith and the building that I had done this past summer was toppled. That mountain is now pretty much dust. Could it be salvaged? I'm sure it could be. But there were a lot of promises that were made, a lot of promises that weren't fulfilled for a lot of different reasons. And many, many people in this group took notice of it. So I think like when we're really getting down to it, because it wasn't, and that's what I'd have to say too. I know a lot of people like were blaming things on like the vehicle. So I would say like blaming things on the cruise, but it had nothing to do with the cruise. Like the cruise was a fantastic experience. Even the relationships that I built and solidified, those are the things that are really important to me and that I have to take away. But I couldn't also come back and not share with you the new knowledge that I got of how you can really mess up your retreat, and not only mess up retreat, but mess up your business. And I honestly don't know like if this is going to be catastrophic for that business owner, but it definitely, in my opinion, put a dent for this business owner and the business that they are running. Like I already know, like this business owner has a different variety of like courses and online packages and memberships. And I know one person that unenrolled from the membership because of the events that happened on this cruise. So I guess what I need to come back to and say is that, so there's two key takeaways in my opinion. One is that people are your focus. People are everything. People are everything. And if that is not your focus and that is not to transform lives and transform what people are doing and really invest, like make yourself available. People have paid a lot of money to be on your retreat program, and if you are hiding in corners and not making yourself available for masterminding, then why are you there? Because you knew that you were going to be there and being in front of people. And maybe this is a good episode to kind of realize maybe I don't want to put a retreat program on, or maybe I don't want to put a long retreat program on, or maybe I don't want to teach. I just want it to be a retreat program where we can all like get together and just learn from each other and just have random and not disorganized, but I would say unorganized. Well, unorganized sounds bad too, but just have, what's the word? I want to say uninspired, but that's not the correct word either. Let the inspiration come to you, really, is what I want to say. Instead of having scheduled sessions, just have these random sessions of where you're kind of like, hey, let's gather around the lounge from 2 to 3 today, and we're going to talk about this or XYZ. So, okay, so that's one aspect, to make sure that you have to have the right intentions when you're doing one of these programs, and that's why you have me as well. If you listened in on my last week's episode, I have the brains, I have the intellectual property that you need to come up with different things that you can do that will really benefit your program and benefit the attendees. So if you're not really sure what you can do to kind of like have all those different value adds and the surprise and delights to your retreat program, That is what I'm here for. And that is why you work with an ally as well, because I want your retreat program to be just as successful as you do and your attendees do, because they have made a huge investment, not only in you, but also to travel with you. And that's, again, like one of the best benefits of doing one of these cruise retreat programs. But you have to think of all these different facets. And while you may think, oh yeah, it's just like a fun retreat, we're just going to chillax and all that. No, it's not just that. There are layers that are involved on this. So I think you kind of understand where I'm at in regards to making sure that your investment in people is key and critical in every single decision, and being available for your people is absolutely key and critical for the overall success of your retreat program. The second point is to make sure that you deliver on what you've promised to deliver, and even over deliver on that. Like if you've said that you are going to have 2 sessions, maybe have 2 bonus sessions later on, or maybe have a session and then a bonus masterminding or a bonus Q&A later on. Or maybe if you said that you were going to have something available for 1 session per day, have it available for 2 sessions on one day. There's just so many things that can be done, and so many perks that are available, not only to you, but also to the people that you've brought on board. So there you have it. I'll stop going on my tangent. But I hope that you've seen, or at least been able to realize, that retreats are not always rainbows and sunshines like we like to think. And retreats can be truly magical experience, because I remember the one that I went on in July, and when I came back from it, I just wanted to scream from the mountaintops to everybody, oh my gosh, you need to do one of these things for your people. And then to have the exact opposite experience a couple months later and be like, and it's not that I don't think that people shouldn't do these programs. I think that if you do these programs, you need to come with the right intentions and over deliver on those intentions that you've had. So if you want to learn a little bit more about innovative retreat locations, which, I mean, being on a cruise ship is innovative enough, but if you'd like to learn more about especially sailing on Europe's rivers and how that benefits you as the business owner and the types of transformations that you can deliver for your people, make sure you download my free audio series. It's 13 episodes long, but it's less than 15 minutes each. It's super easy, bite-sized, and consumable. And just head over to the show notes to sign up for that, and it'll get straight over to your email address. Let me know what you think after you've listened to that, because I really want to know what your big takeaways are. If you're kind of like, ooh, maybe I do need to consider this, like no pressure at all. I just would really like to get some feedback on what you think about having your program on Europe's rivers. And I know it's not for everybody, but it is going to be for the right people. And again, if you do it the right way with my assistance, moving mountains, not only for yourself and your business, but for the people that you bring on board with you. Alrighty, you guys have an amazing week. Stay connected with me on Instagram or LinkedIn, and I so look forward to seeing you here next week on the podcast. Bye for now.